A journey through faith can be very personal. It leads to deep introspection. Through this reflection, one can take a step back and discover their path. The end of the trail may lead to a common goal, but the beginning of the pilgrimage is a step of solitude.
I went to Bible study, I went to church, often growing up, but it wasn't until I was in my last year of college where I realized I was kind of living off of everyone else's salvation. Like, I wasn't really finding out things for my own. I wasn't diving into the Word or exploring that the way I explored everything else around me. So that's when I kind of realized that I was kind of living the wrong way.
Grew up going to church, got confirmed in a Lutheran church, but I never really knew exactly what I believed or why. I remember just having some college mentors, some former teammates kind of just help walking me through the Word. I ended up reading the whole New Testament of the Bible in the first 3 months of my freshman semester, and it just became real to me.
For me, I was kind of on this downward spiral because the things that I was trying to place in my life to give me satisfaction would last for a little bit and then they'd fade away. And that was my sophomore year in high school. I was really at a crossroads at that point, and had to make a decision on where I was going. And that's when I gave my life to Christ, and really He supplied that satisfaction and that joy for me.
When their separate journeys led them to the NFL and the Philadelphia Eagles, they sought an outlet to come together and created a way to share their faith.
Chapel for us here is that in the NFL, since our Sundays are taken up, you can't go to church. So you have the opportunity to attend chapel, which is like a small church service, and we're able to get our word in.
Every Monday night we have a couples Bible study. We have a Thursday night team Bible study, and then Saturday nights we actually get together the night before the game and just kind of pray, talk through the Word, what guys have been reading, what they're struggling with, and just kind of keep it real with each other. To have that here in an NFL facility like this, it's really special.
From baptisms to sharing their faith in the community, they've grown together and challenged each other to be better, not only as teammates, but more importantly, as men.
I think the biggest thing that we're always challenging each other with is just to not lose sight of the bigger picture. I think wins, losses, highs, lows, everything that comes with this game, it's so easy to take your mind and your eyes off of the ultimate prize, and that's living for the Lord.
As men, you tend to be very sheltered. If I'm going through some things, I may not express that to the next man. And when you can kind of expose your weaknesses and things you want to work on, whether it's in your relationship or your marriage or your family, whatever it may be, when you're able to talk about it amongst your brothers, amongst your family, it helps you grow. And when you realize that you can apply biblical principles to it, it helps us all grow.
We want to be united. We want to support each other. We want to support each other in our lives, through the difficulties of, off the field, as well as on the field. And so I think it's really kind of something to where, we're all just kind of binding together to kind of keep each other, sharpened and keep pushing forward.
While religion can be a divisive topic of conversation, this is not something that these players let divide the locker room.
We're all grown men, so we have certain type of conversations where, you can respect it. If there's someone that believes in something else, you don't just throw the Bible at them or argue with them about what their beliefs are, whether they're Muslim or whatever. That's what they believe in, and then they have the right to believe in that. But you can share what you know. I think it's important not to look down on other religions as well. Because as men, we all have challenges, and it's nothing different than other men outside of this locker room. So when you can use somebody like Carson or Earth, like these guys are able to talk to guys who are going through some things and just introduce them. They're not throwing the Bible at people. I think they're conscious of that as well.
Some people get turned off when you want to talk about religion and spiritual things, and you just always have to have the right touch with it. I'm going to be genuine, I'm going to be authentic with believers, non-believers, it doesn't matter. I'm going to love on them, I'm going to treat them all the same, I'm going to respect them, and at the same time, as a leader of the football team, I'm going to lead everybody the same too. And it kind of makes it open. I think guys are willing to talk when you don't have this self-righteous attitude about you. You're just open to talk about spiritual things, talk about religion, talk about real life issues with believers, non-believers, and everybody in between. When you have that mutual respect for your teammates and really everybody, it just makes it a healthier environment.
When men come together in a common goal, their combined efforts exceed what each man can do individually. And that standard is not just talking about their faith, but living it. They strive to give back to the community as well.
I feel like it's a part of my purpose. Like If you know all the things I've been through, like, I probably shouldn't be sitting here in front of you. And for me, I think it's important that other kids know, like, go out, you know, and show people that, you know, he's real. And talk to him about it. Because when I was there, like, you couldn't tell me, like, man, like, if God's real, why is all of this happening to me? If he loves you so much, why are we in this situation? That's a real struggle for a lot of people. And, you know, when you're young and you're growing in your faith and you're going to church because that's what your mom told you to do, and that's kind of how I was living, so I can relate to him. So when I could talk to him, like, hey, man, this is just a storm, this is just a trial, it's the first of many. But just to continue to stay steadfast, which is something I said 1 billion times in the Bible, which kind of hit home with me. That's what I try to do. Not perfect, never gonna be perfect, actually. But it's something that I try to grow and try to share with the youth as well, you know, when I have that opportunity.
I started a foundation this offseason called the AO1 Foundation, and it stands for Audience of One, to use my platform to raise awareness for things I'm passionate about. The biggest thing is just overseas, you know, going on that mission trip to Haiti and just seeing third world countries and just seeing all the need there. We were only there for a couple days. You know, you go down there, everyone goes on mission trips thinking they're going to go change the culture, change the country, really impact the people there. And you do get that opportunity, but I think everyone generally leaves, and I know this is true for me, with a new perspective on their own life. You know, I think we saw firsthand how people are living in a third world country. You know, they're bathing in sewage water. There's trash lining the streets. You know, that's just like normal living for them. But at the same time, they have real joy. They do life together. They have relationships. As we in America have so much stuff, so many material things, and you sit and wonder, do we really have real joy? So that's one of the biggest emphasis of the foundation. Another one is service dogs in the Philadelphia area. I'm very passionate about animals, about dogs. I have 2 myself. I know how much they mean to me, but I've seen firsthand how service dogs can ultimately change people's lives. That's really cool and something I'm passionate about. And then the last thing, to help provide those opportunities, those hunting opportunities for kids that are sick, cancer patients, wounded vets, just different opportunities that they maybe would never receive or get the opportunity to do. Just trying to help make their lives better, give them a sense of joy. And those are all kind of random things, but they're things I'm passionate about. And so starting the foundation to me has been one of the most fulfilling things so far, and it's really just getting started.